going to do a test pull of some carrots and see how we're doing. Now these have been growing for more than 80 days and they should be ready, but the season time to warm up. So let's find a nice one. Let's see. Oh, these are actually looking pretty good. And so these are the red corded châtenay. Okay, some of them are kind of small. Oh, some are minuscule. But they have been here and do have some forked ones. Oh, I feel bad now. I feel bad for being impatient. But I've been wanting to clear this bed out. Because I want to modify. Now, I do believe we're pulling up the Scarlet Nantes next. So this is the Scarlet Nantes, still very small. And I think part of the problem is that they're just too close together, maybe. That's another one. Yeah, these are some little carrots. But what I can do is blanch them, freeze them, and add them to soups and stews. They're not snacking carrots. I'll use them for flavoring, say, a pot. Oops, that one doesn't want to come out. Yeah, I really don't know why it took these carrots so long to grow. But I do want to modify this bed. I removed most of the onions here. And this is just me being impatient and wanting to turn this bed over for use during the fall. Okay. So I don't think I'll be growing this variety again. I think I will stick with my Danvers. They grow pretty fast. These seem to be taking a very long time. Oops, I accidentally pulled up an onion. Pulled up my bunch of onions, so I'm just going to stick them back in, make a nice little hole, and get them back in their hole, and hopefully they'll recover. I think part of the problem I have here is this is a root-bound bed. I do believe I have tree roots growing in this bed, and it's really impacted the growth not only of the garlic, but of my carrots and my onions. They could have been a lot larger. And so this is what I have, a bunch of little carrots. Now, all isn't lost. I actually have backup plan, and so I have been succession sowing some carrots. Now here on the top I have a short and sweet variety, and I sowed them sparsely. I wanted to make sure I didn't have to do too much thinning later on, and this is the short and sweet, the actual variety name, and I have it all on this first tier. Now on this lower tier, I sowed some additional Scarlet Nantes, and I did a really good job of thinning them. And so I hope to have another round of carrots. Now, actually, it's a good idea not to sow all your carrots at once. Sometimes it could be hard to deal with a large harvest of carrots unless you're canning. So what I like to do is succession sow. You can sow them every 2 weeks, or you can even sow them once a month. But regardless, because the first round did not come out as planned, I do have this additional round of carrots. And so I'm going to share with you How I germinated these carrots in 90-degree weather. I used the cardboard method. So I soaked the soil. I cut the cardboard in the shape of the green stock pocket. I soaked the cardboard. And as I watered the green stalk, it also waters the seeds and the cardboard, keeping the pocket very moist. Now, one great thing about this cardboard, it keeps the rain from displacing the seeds. It also acts as a mulch. As you know, carrots will not germinate in mulch. On day 3, I peeked to see if I had germination, and by day 5, I was able to remove the cardboard, and that's what you're seeing here today. I had germination in all of my pockets. So I do recommend succession sowing, and I also recommend using cardboard to help germinate in high, hot temperatures. I also want to share an experiment I'm doing here. I am growing sweet potatoes. Now, I mentioned I'm growing in zone 5B, 6A, and we can't grow sweet potatoes because we generally have a very short growing season. We roughly have 167 days. Sometimes we can squeeze out 180. So if I don't get any sweet potatoes, I will not be disappointed. It will be a learning opportunity. Now, I also have some potatoes, Yukon Golds, and these are flowering. They will come out. I have some mint growing here, and this will be cut back. But my goal is to try to grow these sweet potatoes. So I'll take you around. And since June, I had a fair amount of growth. Not all of them have grown the same, but I had a fair amount of growth. And so this is the Covington variety. It is known to produce sweet potatoes in 90 to 110 days. So with my remaining 100 days, I'm hoping for good weather where I can grow out some sweet potatoes. They may be very small, but it's definitely worth the effort. So I just want you to take a look. This is quite a bit of growth in the first 60 days. Well, it hasn't been 60 days since June. Yeah, roughly 60 days. With 100 days remaining, I may actually get some sweet potatoes here. So if you learned anything today, anything was interesting or halfway entertaining, please hit that like button, consider subscribing. I welcome your comments and share. Thank you for watching.